Trae, not the end that you guys were looking for, but just out of curiosity, when you look at the difference between the first and the second halves, just what were the Celtics doing a little bit differently that made it a little tougher for you to find the basket?
Marcus was being way more aggressive as far as and he wasn't leaving me as much, like going in to help, and because early in the first half they were playing more team defense, and when he was helping, I was able to catch the ball with a lot of dribble and attack right away and create some space that way. But in the second half, he was more just connected to me, and when I didn't have the ball, he was still facing me and still connected to me. And I think they just picked up the physicality and things like that, and the rest were allowing them to play and things like that. So it was in their favor. So it's tough.
You talked a lot about this team not being able to make mistakes against a Celtics team like that. I mean, what did you take away from this series that, can help you guys as you move forward?
There's a lot. The team we were playing tonight was, probably now the favorites. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing really well all year. They got a mixture of veterans and a mixture of young players. They have a goal of winning the championship, and really that's their main goal. And coming off their finals, run, you can tell they've been there before. And when you got vets like that and guys around that are telling the young guys and making sure everybody's in their places, it makes it a lot easier. And so you can just tell they got a team around them that they got a mixture of everything. So from starters to coming off the bench, and you just got to tip their hat sometimes when they make shots. And Jalen and Jason, those dudes made some plays tonight. So you just got to tip their hat sometimes and give credit where it's due.
Trae, I know it's tough because you just lost a playoff series, but what have these last 6-8 weeks been like for you playing under Quinn, and what are your thoughts on the future?
Quinn is the future. I believe with him here, the city's going to win a championship, and it's just about bringing in the right pieces for him. And him obviously getting a full summer to bring in his people and training camp to put in what he wants to put in. It's kind of tough when you get in the position halfway through the year and you kind of want to put in your stuff, but we're kind of already halfway through the year and everybody's played 40, 50 games or 30 games, how many we were played at that point. But I think he's going to be great for us, and I'm excited for the future with him.
Trae, take us through that last 4 minutes of the game. It was I think you was up by one, and then what changed defensive-wise, offensive-wise? What changed to turn the game in their favor?
When you hit some tough shots, I think Jalen hit a big three in front of our bench. I think it was either tied or I think it was probably tied. And momentum plays like that, they hurt. Just like when we were in last game, a couple of my threes, they were up 13, but a couple of threes can hurt and pull the momentum the other way, and that's kind of what happened tonight. And just certain things, like we didn't have a side out of bounds play in that corner. Quinn we've never went over practice and that stuff. So certain situations, it was just tough tonight, and but you got to give them credit. They came ready to play.
Trae, just big picture though, how do you sum up this season as a whole? Not just the last few games with parts with Quinn, but the whole season, the whole.
We could not even have made the playoffs. It could have been worse. I think for us, we got to focus on the future now, and we can't worry about the past and what all went on throughout the season, all the nonsense and stuff. We got to focus on the future and what we got going. And I think we showed strides. I think we showed moments what we can do with Quinn as our coach and things like that. So I'm excited for the future.
Trae, you've stated a few times about Quinn being the future and the future. Over the last few weeks, how would you say your game has grown under Coach Snyder and maybe some things in which he's instilled in you for the future?
Me and Q, constantly are talking on things I can be better at, things I can improve at, and things that I'm doing good at that he wants me to keep doing. And little things like, obviously picking up full court and just even showing and things like that, and little things that people may not even notice that we talk about. I've gotten better at, and I'm just constantly thinking about. If I make a mistake, I'll apologize. I'm not going to be perfect all the time right now, but there's some things I'm going to focus on going into the summer and going into next season that I'm looking forward to really working with them and because we're both. I mean, I feel like we're both. I mean, he's really smart. I mean, I consider myself very smart too. So, I mean, the positions that he puts our teammates in, it makes it a lot easier for me. So, I'm looking forward to really working with him.
Trae, you talk about the things that you improved on. How pleased are you with your improvement on defense? Because it seemed like that really picked up in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season.
I mean, I'm happy, but to be honest, like I said at the beginning of the year, it's more about all effort. And I think, I mean, for me, I just gave more effort later in the year, and it just really showed. And like when it gets closer to that time, you gotta give more. So I just try to give more throughout the season, and yeah, just try and do that.
Trae, you talk about all the talent that Boston, of course, has, and you talk about Quinn being the future, but what do you feel like is missing for you guys on maybe this roster to be able to take that next step and to be able to pursue a championship just like Boston?
That's a question for Landry. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and play GM. That's a question for Landry and Quinn and those guys. So I just know, I mean, I trust him and I trust those guys that, I mean, we're going to have a team next year that, I mean, should be looked at as, I want to be looked at as a team that, I mean, should come in and win a championship. You know what I'm saying? Not just be in the picture, just be in the running. Like, I want to come into the season like as a team that people look at that they can win or they got a chance. So that's my whole focus and my mindset, and that's just the plan too. Gotcha.